Hello everyone. I don't know if I'm live or not, waiting for people to comment something to know if I'm live or not. Hi, Sama. And now Liza's here too. Hello everyone. Lulia, hi. Good to see you everyone. I'll wait for a few people to join us, then I'm gonna call Liza. Hello. Well, we have people awake at this time. Hi, Ragad. Thank you. Okay, let me... Liza. Okay, people, don't laugh at me. This is my first time ever. And I'm inviting Liza. Waiting for her to join. Hi, friend.
Hi, good to see you. We're together.
I know, right?
How fun. Thank you everyone for your patience. We're figuring this out, but this is so fun. Yeah, doing a great job.
To be honest, to discover how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. It's so fun to see everyone.
I know. Hi, Shaza. Okay, we're not gonna take your time. So if you have any questions for me or for Liza, you're more than welcome to just throw them in the comment section, and we are more than happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, so fun.
But I have already, because you know, in the story, I left a box and I asked people if they have any question for you or me, and all the questions are about you and about your journey to Jordan. So I have lots of questions and people asking you about Jordan. So are you ready to answer some of the questions?
Tafadali, it would be my honor. I'd love to answer any questions.
Thank you. Hi, Rema. All right, so I have a question for you. How long did you live in Jordan?
I lived in Jordan for a total of 4 years.
4 years.
So, yes, it was a great experience.
Did you like it there?
I did. I loved my experience in Jordan. So I mostly lived in the capital, but I moved around to several different apartments during my time there. For a time, I lived behind the university, and then I lived closer to like 8th Circle, but I really liked my time in Jordan.
Yeah. All right. I've never been to Jordan. Oh, maybe once when I was really young, so I don't remember anything. Yeah.
You have to go and eat mentef.
Oh, we have to go together, right?
Yalla, let's go. Yaret.
Okay. So let me go through the questions about the course. So I have people asking, how long does your courses take? So could you please tell us more about your courses, conversation courses?
Yes, for sure. So I love these courses so much. These courses last a month, and we meet twice a week for a month, so a total of 8 sessions. But I just really love these courses because the way that I learned Arabic really focused on conversation about everyday topics, and so that's exactly what we do in these courses.
All right, and when you said 8 sessions, you mean 8 hours, right?
Yes.
It's one. All right.
Yes.
Okay. And I got a question like, how many students are there in? Okay, because I have lots of people asking me like, how many people are in the class? We want to do it one-on-one. they feel, you know, shy to be with others. They won't want to feel more comfortable like talking with you. So what's your recommendation and what do you say?
Yeah, I would say that 2 to 3 people in a class is a really, really good number. I think that if you are one-on-one, while there are definitely benefits of being one-on-one in a classroom, I think having 2 to 3 people is really beneficial because then you can have conversations back and forth. And also you realize maybe someone else in the class asked a question that you didn't even know that you had. So I really do think there's benefit in having 2 to 3. Any more than that, it gets hard. But I think 2 to 3 is really a sweet spot for these classes.
All right. And yeah, they get more benefit by like listening to others talking, conversation of more than one
Yes. Yes, sharing questions, sharing ideas. Even it's so fun to see like the students who didn't maybe know each other before become friends like in these classes.
I know.
So,
That happens to all my, they become friends. We leave the
yeah,
group open and they talk to each other every now and
really
then.
sweet. Yeah, I've really enjoyed that aspect of it.
I always say like they have to get out of their comfort zone. Like we're comfortable talking to only the teacher, but no, we have to get out. Like if we don't do that, we won't see like improvement, right?
100%. Absolutely. I would say possibly the most important thing in language learning is confidence. Because when you are learning to speak, if you never practice, you'll never grow, you'll never learn. You have to be okay with looking maybe stupid sometimes or like messing up, making mistakes. Like that's how we learn and that's how we grow. And I love how in this classroom, it's a safe environment to make mistakes, to ask these questions. So
What's the point of being in the class and if you don't want to make mistakes? Like we're
yeah,
here
right.
to fix our mistakes, right?
And this is a safe place to train you to go out into the world and to speak freely. It's like good practice to put yourself out there. So
And you pointed like it's safe environment for you. Yeah, we're here for you to help you.
yeah.
Okay, and I have another question. So every month you open spots, right, for
Yes.
people.
Uh-huh.
And I've mentioned that before. If you don't want, you can for some reason like join Liza for this month. You can tell me and book a spot for the next month. So absolutely, you can do that.
Yes.
And another question: what was the first word you learned in Jordan in Arabic?
Yes. Okay. So actually, the first word that I learned in Arabic was through my Iraqi students. I taught English in Indonesia to Iraqi refugees. And the first word I learned from them was Habibi. So it wasn't, and it was actually my female friends in Indonesia who taught me that word. And it wasn't until I moved to Jordan that I realized in Jordan they have 2 words, one male, one female, Habibi, Habibti. But in Iraq they say Habibi for everyone. So,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. Okay, so that's your first word.
Yes.
Every foreigner learn this. Yani, this is their first word. I don't.
Yeah. I think
And
it's so sweet.
I know, right? Habibti.
Yes. It's like in the South in America, we say sweetie, honey, sugar. It's like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And another question: have you ever been to another country?
Yes. I visited another Arab country.
Yeah.
I visited Lebanon, ب 2017, and it was so beautiful. I loved it so much. I was in Beirut for 3 days and then the Bekaa Valley for 3 days. So,
Right. Your Arabic, Amr is saying your Arabic pronunciation is perfect.
shukran كتير.
And what do you like the most about Arabs?
Okay, well, anyone that has talked to me for any amount of time about this knows that I would say Arab hospitality is my favorite.
Okay,
I think
so what is hospitality in Arabic?
yeah, if I don't know, something
يعني الكرم.
karam. Okay,
Or
generosity.
yeah,
Yes.
generosity.
I think it's so amazing.
When we host people, when we take care of them, when they come and visit.
Yes. When you make people feel welcome in your home, it's like amazing. There's nothing in the world like Arab hospitality, mashallah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Mean the food? Amr is asking, do you mean the food?
Yes, I love Arab food.
Like
So, بالأردن
Talk.
أكلت منسف مقلوبة كبسة برياني like ورق عنب.
Oh my goodness, you know.
Oh my gosh. I joke with my teacher, like literally my best Arabic was food words because I love food so much. So like I learned medamia, ba'dunis, like all of these food words that literally medamia, I knew what it was in Arabic before I did in English.
Oh my God. So I bet you miss the Arabic food, right?
I do. And every time now, like for Thanksgiving, for example, we eat sage, which is medamia. And whenever I smell medamia, I think of Wadi Rum, and it takes me back. Like I'm like, oh, I'm in the desert with all the stars. It's like such beautiful memories.
So that's a good point that Afaq Salah saying that you learned Arabic that fluently. So there's hope that she's going to learn English also the same way. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right. So what do you think? Can you tell us your experience since yes, you learned Arabic fluently. So what's your advice? How can they do that?
So I would say for me, the most important thing, I mentioned earlier how important confidence is. So my Arabic teacher, my first Arabic teacher, her name's Dahlia, and she's Filistiniya min Nablus. And I wanted so badly to be her friend. I did not know any Arabic. And I remember one time I went to the street after class to catch a taxi, and she was talking to me, and I literally just looked at her. I had no idea what she was saying, but I so badly wanted to be her friend. So I would spend lots of time with my neighbors from all parts of the Middle East and just practice. And that's really what helped me grow, was making friends with people from that culture.
Okay, so practice, right?
Practice.
And
Yeah, so
confidence.
I would say in this class we can practice, and then as you take these things that you learn in class out into the world and practice with your English speaking friends, like you will absolutely grow in English.
Exactly. Like you have what you learned in the class. I see people taking notes, writing that on their notebook, but when it comes to real life, they forget to use what they learn. And that's a good point, that try to use what you learn in real life, right? And
All the
confidence.
time.
Were you shy to speak Arabic because maybe people will laugh at you or something like that? So what do you think also?
Yeah, I think that at least my experience in the Middle East, when I tried to speak Arabic, people, even if they thought it was funny, there were times that people laughed, but really I could tell they appreciated me trying. And I think that anyone, if you try to speak their language, it means something to them. And so, like, I think when I see people trying to speak English, I think, oh, I would love to help them. I want them to grow. I want them to learn. And so I think it's just really good to put yourself out there. People want to help you.
Yes, people want to help you. This is what I say. Like what I say, people won't laugh at you because they appreciate that
Yeah, the
it's
effort.
a right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, absolutely.
نتعلم محادثة بالإنجليزي. So she's asking آفاق يعني تعلمت المحادثة فقط بغض النظر عن الجرامر والنحو اللي عنا بالعربي، يعني الآن ممكن نتعلم محادثة بالإنجليزي وما نركز على الجرامر. Did you understand what?
Yeah, is she talking about focusing on conversation as opposed to focusing on grammar? Yeah, so in these conversation classes, we might talk about grammar some, but we really are focusing on conversation. So, for example, there's many things in you all know this if you've tried to learn a second language, but there's many things that maybe you say in Arabic, if you direct translate them into English, they're wrong. So we are more trying to talk about how we speak, how we say these phrases in English, not direct translating, but just naturally how we speak. And
Yeah.
one thing that I really loved about my experience learning Arabic that I try to incorporate into my classes is sending my students voice recordings so that you can hear how the words and phrases that we talk about in class are spoken. And the more you listen, the more they will just come naturally when you're speaking.
Exactly. Yes, that's a very important point. And I ask them in return to do that. Like after we're done from class, their assignment or their homework is to send me a voice message, like summarizing the lesson they learned and saying everything in a voice message. Like they don't
Yeah.
have to write it down. So they'll practice also like the new words they learn.
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult to pronounce Arabic letters? Hussein is asking.
Yes. خصوصا الصاد صاد و Yeah.
But
like حبيبتي شوي صعب علي.
okay.
I remember when I first learned the ayn, I felt like, oh, like I'm saying it too hard, but people are like, oh, that's right. I'm like, oh, it felt so uncomfortable at first, but
Yeah, so the sad in specific.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's a question, what do you think of shawarma? That was earlier question, but yeah.
Okay, بصراحة أنا أكلت شاورما تقريبا كل يوم. Like the first year that I studied Arabic, أنا أكلت شاورما دايما, like all the time.
All the time. You like it, right?
Mm-hmm. I do like. And sorry?
Unfortunately, it doesn't taste the same here, right?
It does not taste the same. وكتير غالي. Like
Yeah.
in Jordan, it was like $1 or a dinar for like a sandwich. But here it's maybe $8 and it's مش زاكي, مش طيب.
Yeah. Hi, Mais. Mais saying hi. Mais delight. Yeah. And so now we have openings for your upcoming courses, right? That you'll start. When are you going to start your coming course?
Yes, I would like to start this coming week. So we still have a few spots. So definitely let us know if you are interested.
So it's at the end of this month, right?
Yes. It will
Okay.
go for one. The courses will go for 1 month. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. And let me see what other questions I have. What is weird about Arab? What's weird استغربته عنا نحن كعرب؟ شو الشيء اللي استغربته فينا؟
Yes. Okay. One thing I thought was a little interesting that I had to get used to, honestly, when I lived in Jordan, was Americans are so direct. So we just say things how they are. But sometimes in Jordan, I realized, oh, people aren't very direct. So maybe, like, for example, if it was raining outside and I was supposed to meet my friend, she might say, oh, it's raining today. I don't think you want to come. And I'm like, wait, do you not want to come or do I not want to come?
Okay, so they're not direct. Yeah.
Yes.
يعني ما بيحكوا بشكل مباشر.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know. American people are very direct. They're very direct.
Which
something, they will say it in your face like, nope, we don't want. But we Arab, maybe we feel like shy or,
Yeah, which is interesting. Like, I love studying cultures because I think there's so many things in culture that are not right or wrong. Like, I think Americans are direct because they want to be respectful. And I think Arabs are indirect because they want to be respectful. So really, it's just a difference in culture.
I know, how crazy, like the different.
Amazing.
Like, right? أفاق is saying again, بأي ولاية عايشين أنتم؟
بتكساس.
بتكساس ومو بس باستن تكساس. أنا وليزا جيران يعني في بيني وبينها بس
like
يمكن
2 feet.
فنحن yeah, that's it. Another question. What is it? How long did you stay in Jordan? We covered this. You said 4 years. Are you going to Jordan again? We would love to see you.
I would love to go to Jordan. Yaret, I really, really would love to go. Hopefully sometime this next year. And we love visitors in Austin. So come say hi if you're ever in Austin.
Yeah. Yalla, inshallah, we'll go to Jordan together.
I love that.
And I want to ask you something about like English. So you said confidence is very important, and also taking what they learned to the real world and the practices, right?
Yes. Actually, I was going to say something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say earlier, I had a thought how oftentimes in class in Jordan, maybe I would learn a word 2 times, 3 times, but the second I used it outside of the classroom, it was like, it clicked in my mind. It was like, I know that word now. So yeah, it's really important to take what you learn in class. And even if it's someone in your family or your friend or neighbor, just if you use it, that really helps ingrain it in your mind.
Exactly. Yeah. بتعلق بالمخ, right?
Yes.
شو ممكن بإيش ممكن تنصحيني اسمع بودكاست للمبتدئين مشان يتحسن السمع عندي?
Okay, to work on your hearing, is there a podcast that I would recommend?
Do you have any recommendation?
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I could maybe think about it and get back to y'all. But I was going to say that I had a friend who lived in Jordan, and she graduated high school, finished Tawjihi. She didn't go to university, but she has maybe the best English that I've ever heard. Like, it's amazing English, and she works like as a translator, but she literally learned how to speak English by watching movies. That's it.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it is really, if you listen to podcasts, listen to movies, watch movies, it's really, really helpful for your language.
Yeah. Another question from Rama. شو ممكن اسمع أغاني تكون محترمة وما فيها مسبات? You know what مسبات?
Yes. Not cursing, like respectful music. Yeah, that is a great question. I wish I had come prepared with some artists. I will think, is there, I don't know. Way.
For that question, we can write a comment done from live, and you can recommend some of the singers or songs that you like.
Or maybe we can make a story sometime and talk about podcasts and music.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, we can do that. So other than if they want to work on their listening skills, so you recommend watching movies, listening to music, what else? Talking to Liza as a speaking teacher, right?
Talking to me. Yeah, I think really voice recordings that I send in my classes are, I think it's just helpful to hear a native speaker. So the way that I learned Arabic, the idea was if you listen for a long time, you'll learn to speak, and you won't know why it's right. It's just you've heard it right so many times that it comes out, correct?
Yeah, sometimes like you ask people, why do we say it this way, not that way?
Yeah.
You answer would say, because this is how I heard it, and this is how it's right, because I heard it many times like this, so you just caught it like this. And so so listen. I always say, like, if you don't like, some people will say we don't like to watch movies. I would say, if not movies, like talk shows, like I listening to Oprah, or I love Ellen DeGeneres. She has fun shows, and I have Steve Harvey, all those people, like I love listening to them.
Yeah, and actually that's a great point, that it doesn't have to just be movies. But as you were speaking, I remembered that audiobooks these days, you can turn the speed down to like 0.5 or just on speed, or a little quicker. You can adjust the speed. So that could also be a really good option if you're wanting to practice listening audiobooks.
Exactly. That's very helpful. So yeah, if you want to listen to English, don't take it as a task. I have to listen now to someone speaking English. Now find like entertaining shows, like something that you enjoy listening, because you want to get the information fluently, smoothly to your brain. So you have to do that, something you like.
That's exactly right. And I think that a lot of times people can fall onto, they can be too far this way or too far that way. And let's say you listen to something, either people can stop every single time they don't understand a word and try to look it up every single time, which there is benefit to that. Or on the opposite end of this spectrum, they can listen to something that's way too complicated. What you're wanting to do is find your sweet spot, your growth zone. So you want it to challenge you, but you don't want it to be like you hardly know what's going on at all.
Exactly. I'm not used to listening English, and I go to National Geographic or documentary show.
Get it. Yeah. You won't understand anything.
Yeah, ما رح أفهم عقد So go to if you love cooking, like watch cooking مثلا program or something. Yeah.
But you want it to be challenging. You still want it to be a certain level of challenging, because in the same way as exercising or working out, if it's not hard, you're not growing. So you need it to be just not hard enough to where you don't understand anything, but just hard enough to where it constantly, keeps you engaged and trying to understand.
Yeah. Do you recommend to watch English movie without translation? You mean subtitle, maybe? Yeah, without English subtitle or Arabic subtitle?
Honestly, this goes against probably popular opinion, but I think it's good to not use subtitles, and here's why. I think that a lot of times we direct translate in our head. So if you learn a word, you see it in Arabic, then every time you hear the word in English, you'll have to go, it's like an extra step. But if you see the thing that's happening on the movie and you hear English, then you'll start to register. You just understand English. You're not direct translating. So it saves time. Like,
And I would,
you know,
oh, sorry.
yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, like, when I understood what people were saying without English involved. So that's really the goal.
Yeah, for me, I would say yes, either no, the subtitle or English subtitle. Like if you're watching,
yes,
use English subtitle, because if you couldn't hear something, your eye caught it like where it is, and you can see it and hear it at the same time. But definitely not Arabic subtitle.
I agree.
Another question, can write these on this post. Rama, what do you mean? Do you mean to write the name of the talk shows that we like to listen to? Could you please tell me what you want us to write in the post, in a post? أو ممكن نسمع TEDx. Yes, TEDx, right?
TEDx, yeah. TED Talks.
TEDx. Yeah.
Yes. Those are so interesting. They're short. I think that's a great idea.
That's my dream.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Does English songs are helpful to learn English, or the best way to pick up a partner can help me out to practice?
Yes, we should make a story soon about songs, because I love music and I would love to share good music that is wholesome and helpful.
I would say both, like whatever you feel is helpful for you. Yes, listen to songs, find a partner to talk to, register in a course, do everything at the same time, because you will benefit definitely a little bit from everywhere.
And for the more advanced learners, I would say at my language school, once we were in the more advanced group, they encouraged us to find what they called a community of practice. So if you find a group of native English speakers and you spend time with them, like maybe it's at your gym or in your neighborhood or who knows where it could be, but if you spend regular time with native English speakers, you hear them speaking to each other, and it's really, really helpful. And if you build relationships, then you're motivated to want to spend time with them and learn.
Yeah, and that's why we made affordable fees to have Liza, a native speaker, as a speaking partner if you live in a country where you don't have native speakers. So what the good level I can reach in English that I consider myself bilingual? Since you speak English as a second language, you are bilingual, right? What do you think, Liza?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, you can say I know a little English to a lot of English. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, Rama. Okay, we're going to do that, Rama, inshaAllah. I'm going to do that. Liza, you have to remind me. We have to remind each other. You write, I will write the talk shows that I love.
Yeah, and I'll look for some songs. That's fun.
Someone's asking how I can improve my writing. It's my nightmare.
How you can improve your writing. Yeah. Would you like to speak to that? I feel like I am less equipped to speak to the writing piece.
Yeah, writing. How can I improve my writing? I feel like if you work on your listening and if you study grammar, naturally you'll be good at writing, right?
Yeah.
Because writing, I think it's all about writing grammatically correct.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, yeah, so I think, sorry, I'm reading something. Okay, so yeah, I think for writing, work on your grammar, work on your listening, and then naturally you will be good at writing. في حدا سأل وأنا كتبت Adele. Yes, Adele is a good singer.
You love Adele. She has a new album.
Adele, yeah. Yeah.
I've only heard one of the songs, but I would like to listen to the rest of the album. Her voice.
So app, yeah, I've heard about it and they say it's very useful. Yes, you can do that. Okay, thank you so much, Rama. You're most welcome. مساء الخير تكلموا عربي. حاضر. المرة الجاي نحكي عربي وشوي انجليزي للي بس كنا عم نحكي كيف الواحد بيطور مهاراته. والناس سألوا ليزا قديش إلها بالأردن. 4 سنين. حب العرب، كرم الضيافة عندهم. هي عم بعطيكم مختصر.
Yeah, little summary.
كيف عربي. درست عربي 4 سنين بالأردن. ما كانت تستحي إنها تحكي. لحتى الواحد يحكي بطلاقة لازم يكون عنده ثقة بالنفس، ولازم كل شيء بيتعلمه بالكلاس يحكيه برا بالحياة العامة. هذا كان ريكاب. وبالنسبة لحصصها هلا فتحت التسجيل لكورس جديد لمدة شهر، 8 جلسات. بتكوني بالصف مع شخصين ل3، وبتعطي ليزا وظائف وبتبعت لهم فويس ريكوردينج مشان يسمعوا البرونسيشن الصح. واعطينا نصايح بانكم تتابعوا توك شوز، برامج او اغاني رح نكتبهم بالبوست بعد اللايف. رح نوقف هون. وان شاء الله. It was so nice speaking to you. Thank you for your time. So thank you for all of your يعني for here, for your time and for listening to us, and hopefully it was beneficial and helpful to you all. Lisa, would you like to say anything before we end up our
Yes.
So would you like to...
شكرا لكم كتير. What?
Yeah, I was saying, would you like to say anything?
Oh yes. I think there's like a little lag, but شكرا لكم كتير. انبسطت كتير شفتكم اليوم، وإن شاء الله بشوفكم in classes. I would love to see you guys in classes. مع السلامة.
إن شاء الله. وأنا رح أحفظ اللايف إذا عرفت كيف. We'll see you soon إن شاء الله.
Okay. Take care. الله معكم. Bye bye.